I'm 30 years old, I live in Ontario, and I've been in Canada for 10 plus years. I didn't really grow up here, but over time, I've learned to manage my finances in a way that will serve me in the future. And with some of the decisions that I've made, I've been able to feel more financially stable. I've not exactly reached all of my goals, but I've definitely been able to check off some milestones, like we got married, we have a house now. Even though those milestones are not always easy, we've been able to do them. And the reason I believe that we've been able to do it is because of the things that I've learned along the way. And if I could go back to my 20-year-old self and say something to her, I would say, the first thing you need to do once you start working is pay your future self. I focus so much on just trying to make more money, trying to have some money in my accounts. It kind of slipped through the cracks that I wasn't really taking the best care of the money I was making. It's not like I made any huge bad decisions, but I definitely see areas and places that I could have done better, and I still can do better. If I could go back, I would just encourage myself to pay myself first. And what that would have looked like is when I got paid, I would put aside a certain amount to invest into my future. And I made some investments into my future that I'm so proud of, but I can still see that there were certain times where I just got paid and things came up and I used the money for those things. And someone would say, yeah, that's what the money is for. True, but at the same time, maybe if I had prioritized paying myself, I would have been able to say yes or no to some of those things that came up. So, especially because I would have had a good reason. Okay, let me give you an example. In my world today, the way that I structure my finances is that I don't really have any extra money. The money that I receive already has a purpose, and a lot of people call this zero-based budgeting. It's a system where you assign $1 to everything. And yeah, you could also put like fun money and assign a certain amount to that, but right now I don't do that. So if someone was to come to me and they had a request or they wanted me to help, I could go into like one of my goals. For example, I really want to travel. So I could say, okay, I'm going to take it from the travel bucket. I would be aware that this means that it's going to take me a little bit longer to reach that travel goal that I have. And sometimes that's also okay because, we got to be flexible in life and we have to deal with the things that come up. But I think what younger me didn't really know was that there's no vacuum in your budget. If you spend the money, you're not going to have it. And sometimes when we don't think about it, when we're spending it, it can be surprising how much we don't have when we look back at the accounts, right? But right now, with the way that I've set things up, if I look at my accounts, I know where things are going, I know where they went, and I'm not so shocked by it, and I'm slowly trying to make sure that they align with the values and the goals that I have. So if I could go back, I would just say, hey, in a few years from now, all these things that you're spending on, you won't even have them. You won't even be able to see this money because you bought things and then you donated those things and then you moved and you had to give those things away. So perhaps you should invest in something that is a bit more long-term, something that will stay with you over the years and grow with you over the years. I hope that wasn't so confusing, and I would love to also know what you would tell the younger version of you.